Yeah.
It's real simple. Look, everybody has a life. Everybody has kids. Everybody has a business. And I have them all. Kids, business, a wife, a life, problems, bills. But if I were to let that consume me, then I'd never get the chance to do what I did with OFA and with my first funnel and the success I've had so far. To some, this may not be big success, but to me, it's all the success in the world that I needed to propel me to the next level, to get where I need to get, and to get where I know I'm going to get in this journey.
Boom! What's going on, everyone? It's Steve Larson. Welcome to the One Funnel Away Story Show, where I'm asking amazing entrepreneurs about their business journey and how the One Funnel Away Challenge has transformed them in their business. I've got on with me a special guest today. This is Tony Torres, and very, very pumped to have him on here. Tony, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Steve. Thanks for having me, man. I'm pumped to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for taking the time. I know everyone's a busy entrepreneur right now. Speaking of, what's your business?
I'm a personal trainer, and I own a gym. I own a hardcore gym. Pick heavy stuff up, put it down, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was looking at your Facebook profile pictures, and I was like, I'm glad he's on our side. Oh, it's like, man, you guys are jacked.
We get it done here, man.
That's
we transform lives.
It's very, very cool. How did you get started in that?
I started as a personal trainer, and I started competing. And in that competition journey, I saw how I transformed my body from being fat and chubby to ultimately having the six-pack I wanted. And I kind of figured out the formula on how to do that. And it's one of the things that I hear and see pretty much 95% of the world trying to do is, get that six-pack and get those abs and cut that fat and get in shape for some type of, event they're having. And I kind of figured it out,
That's awesome. So then you go and you're a personal trainer. You started selling that service and as your product. Was it kind of up and down for a while, or how did the actual start go?
It's always up and down, but like everything else, it has its seasons. So when you're hitting October, November, December, those holiday seasons where people choose to buy gifts and eat and stuff, that kind of dips there. And then when January comes, you have that spike, for the New Year's resolution and all that.
Yeah.
And then it dips again like about 14 days later. So about January 14th, things start going down.
And then, oh crap, summer's coming, but got to get the beach body.
And it's back up again. Yep, that's right.
That's interesting. And so what made you want to become a personal trainer?
Well, I broke my leg one time. I was riding a motorcycle and kind of took a spill, broke my leg, was laid up in bed. And I started watching, for some reason, a Chip and Dale show came up.
Sure.
These guys, they take off their clothes for a bunch of women, yada, yada. And I was like, wow, that'd be cool to do, but I can't do it if I'm fat.
Sure.
So the driving, motivating force or factor was to try to get a body to do that.
Right.
And that's what led me to go into a gym and start to work out and get some muscles on the body.
And then some point you were like, I should teach others how to do this?
Yeah, but not before doing the stripping thing first. But that's another story for another day.
That's funny. So then you go in and start selling this as a service. What were some of the trials you ran into starting to sell it like a business?
Some of the trials I went through was people, they don't believe. They always, well, I've tried everything.
Sure.
Okay. You've tried everything, but you haven't tried this. Yeah, but what's different about yours and mine? And you know what? I got to the point where I said, you know what? I'll tell you what. Let's get a shoebox. Let's take what I'm charging you, put it in a shoebox. We'll put some tape on it, put it under the desk here. And when you reach your goal, I get to keep the shoebox. If in 90 days you don't reach your goal, I give you your shoebox back. And I've had more success with that than anything else.
That's clever, man.
It's just, it's their belief system. They don't, just because they failed, they think that everything else they try will fail. But it's typically something in the person, not the product. We run into the same thing. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh man, just got to get you to believe, right? And that's like, that's right.
Why we wanted to start this show is so that we could just tell cool stories of cool people who did make it, who had to overcome some kind of mental thing. What did you, when you started selling your services, did you go to the internet to start using it for lead gen and things like that?
Absolutely not. I mean,
oh yeah,
back when I didn't, back then, I saw the internet as just something to go to find information, never to sell a service. It was just, when I came across marketing on the internet, it was like a whole nother world. And I felt like the person who needed abs and needed to go how to learn to do that. Yeah. So the whole nother thing, whole nother animal.
So did you run to ClickFunnels first? Did you go through other things? I mean, what was it like on the internet for a while for you?
On the internet, it was like, I didn't know how to do any ads. I was just like a virgin. I was lost. I didn't even know who to ask. It has only been recent that, I met a friend and she told me, listen, you need to take a look at this stuff. And when I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, this is like incredible. We go back to where I first heard of ClickFunnels, which was the 10X conference. And where I saw amazingly Russell make that $3 million in 90 minutes, which blew my mind. And at that moment was when I was sold. Like, I was like, I saw everything that I did in my life to do it through a ClickFunnel. I talked to my wife, let's do it through ClickFunnels, babe. And it was like, I wanted to do everything through there. But then I bought the product. I came home with it and I didn't know what to do with it. So a whole year I had this amazing thing and I never used it.
Sure.
So I was like, Jesus Christ. So then when I met my friend who was into this, she asked me, hey, you're into ClickFunnels? I said, yeah. I said, why? She goes, that's what I do. And I said, you do? I said, how do you even do this? She goes, I'll show you. So I said, look, I got this whole thing, but I don't know where to start. And she goes, look, you got to do this, this, this. And then we got to the point where she said, you know what? You should try the OFA. And I was like, what's OFA? She goes, one funnel away. I'm like, well, what is it? She goes, well, they teach you how to do this from the beginning to the end. And I'm like, well, why didn't they have that a year ago? And I'm like, good Lord. And I immediately put it down and I started. And that was the best $100 I ever spent.
That's awesome. What was how come? Why did it give you that? Why was it the
why
best?
Did it give me what?
Why was it the best $100 ever? Like,
well, I mean, look, if I spent more money trying to do things that didn't work than a measly $100.
Sure.
I mean, I must have spent thousands of dollars, advertising and in the yellow books and in the flyers, in the trifolds, in the door to door.
Yeah. And
none of that gave me the return that I got in the first funnel I built. None of it.
Really? I mean,
yeah, none of it.
The first funnel. What was the first funnel you built?
Spartan Body Challenge. I built it through the OFA.
Yeah. Which I took.
And I was like, well, I was scared. It was very, very scary for me because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just following day by day. Sometimes I fell behind and I just did nothing but that for 4 hours until I caught up and then kept the pace and then fall behind again and kept the pace. And it was a bit frustrating, but I kept, and some of the videos, just stay with it.
Yeah. And
I stuck with it, and obviously, my friend Brittany, she was like, look, just stick with it, and I'm like, I am. It's tough. It's tough. It's a lot of stuff. It's overwhelming. Although they make it very easy. You guys make it very, easy, comprehensible. It's a great flow, but it's just a person, that you either sink or swim, succeed or fail. It's in the person, like everything else in life. So, I mean, I stuck with it. And, I remember the day that they started to build the funnel. Yeah. We're going to build the book funnel. So I started to build the book funnel with them, but then I started building the Spartan one too. So I was building two funnels in one. Then when I would get stuck with one, I'd wait for the next chapter to come. And then when they explained it, I'd move on and move on and move on. So it was fun.
You're a dream student, man. That's awesome.
So it was an amazing experience, man. I matter of fact, I just posted something yesterday on the ClickFunnels Facebook page. This young lady was like, I just did the first pre-video and I need to do this and I need to get that. I need to get that before that. I said, whoa. And I said, one thing at a time, one day at a time. Don't think about tomorrow when today hasn't passed. Don't think about yesterday. It was just like, she was about ready to blow up.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's a lot of stuff on that challenge. We know it is. It's like, and I keep trying to get everyone to say, and thanks for saying it, because like it's different when I say it versus someone else. It's not hard. It's just new. It's just a different skill set, you know, and you learn it up, and then pretty soon it'll be like driving. You're not even thinking about it, you know?
You don't think about it. Yeah. I mean, I go in there now and although, listen, I only know about 60%, but I feel like a pro compared to day one.
Sure.
So I'm like, I love going in there and just doing stuff just to do it.
So what does it have been like? So you go in and you were doing a few things like flyers and trifolds, and it sounds like door-to-door stuff, trying to get clients. Yeah. And then you start this funnel thing and you go all in. What's that done so far for you?
I don't even touch flyers anymore. I don't do any of the old stuff anymore. That's like prehistoric to me.
Yeah. Because
it was such a loss. All I remember was like, wow, man, I should have been doing this thing all along. You know, but again, like the blind man don't see it. I don't know.
Sure.
So, I'll never do another flyer. I'll never do anything. You know, now the new flyer for today is putting an ad on Facebook or on Instagram, which by the way, my promotion, my ads to get people to my new funnel, I didn't pay for anything. It was just what I had on my own social media pages. My Facebook, my Instagram, I just advertised there. Like I put flyers up as far as pictures and I went in there and I did some fonts and pop up and shot them out. And, you know, I was kind of scared. I was scared because when you're watching the videos, they tell you, well, you know, like anything else in life, you go up on stage, you tank, you go back up again, you go up and you tank. So that your first funnel is probably going to suck.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God.
You're like, here it is. Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to do this and I'm not going to make no money. I'm going to put in money. So I was like, man, you know what? Let's just do it. And I was scared to launch. Yeah. I was scared. I didn't want to do it. I was like, it's not perfect.
Sure.
And my friend Brittany's like, just do it. Everything is ready. Just do it. And I was just like, my knees were shaking and my teeth were chattering. My wife was like, come on, babe, just do it. Just do it. I was like, I don't know. I don't think. What if they want this? What if they want that? And then she was like, just do it, hon. And I just did it. And like 2 days later, I got something. I got an email and it says something like $197. And I was like, why the hell are these people sending me a bill, man? I don't even owe Stripe anything. I thought this stuff was just like, and then Brittany says, bro, that is $197. Somebody bought your product. And like, oh my God. And my wife was like, celebrate the win. I was like, I don't know how. I didn't think it was going to do this. So it was a cool experience. It was like, oh my God.
Awesome.
Like, I was shocked.
That's so cool.
And then it started coming in, and then the number started climbing. I was like, Jesus Christ, this works. This stuff works. It was awesome. It was awesome.
What's it been so far then? Like brag moment, man. Like what have you brought in from it?
Well, I mean, I did the first one. I was so the first goal was to get one, right?
Yeah.
We got a sale.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So then now the next thing was like, look, I'd be happy to get the 1 comma club.
Yeah.
And then we reached that 1 comma. I was like, oh my God, it's going past the 1 comma club.
$1,000. Woo!
So the 1 comma club was big thing. So we finally got the 1 comma club. And then I was like, you know what? I'm happy. If I don't get another one for this time around, I'd be happy because I reached more than what I thought I would.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it went up some like almost $1,900 or $1,800 for that first round of 6 weeks. The second week, which was the second round I just started 5 weeks ago, it also passed the 1 comma club. So I was like, this is, you know, I'm speechless. You know, I believe that one day I will get that 2 comma club award.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and like Russell said, you know, you got to believe. It doesn't happen without belief. And what led me to believe that one day it can happen for me, even though I was scared to launch, was my friend Brittany has also ClickFunnels. And I looked at her funnel and I looked at her back and I was like, oh, wow, she made that. Wow. She really, we can do, I can do, let's do this. Yeah. So it's kind of like you want to see it and then you believe it, you know?
Yeah.
But I was glad I had her there to help me and motivate me. And it's just been like a wild ride. Like you're going to wake up any moment, you know, that kind of stuff.
When did you first start doing the One Funnel Way then? It hasn't been very long for you.
August 5th. It was not this group. I think the group prior. August 5th. It was recent.
This is like 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's been so much in such little time.
That's amazing.
Which it's, you know, and then like every little time, like in my car, this is my movie theater. Like I put my phone and I put all the videos, Russell's videos, and it's just watching and watching and watching. I mean, it sucks to get to my destination because I got to stop and do my thing.
Sure.
But every time I get back in the car, it's videos. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. That's huge. Well, okay. So let's say I am the worst heckling student ever. I'm coming in and I'm like, oh, ClickFunnels, oh, one funnel away. And I'm like not believing. What do you say to those people?
I was like, I got a deal for you. I was like, I'll pay your $100 OFA when in 30 days you learn it, because you give me $1,000 back.
No one's offered that, but that's a great idea.
Right? So that's how sure I am.
Yeah.
You know what? And if you don't make it, you don't lose nothing because I paid for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of dreamy a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
And lately I've been watching the perfect webinar thing, and it's just been like
that's next level from where you are, man. It's gonna blow up for you.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is pretty exciting.
That's pretty exciting stuff. Man, thanks for being on here. I appreciate it. I mean, it seems like
anytime.
So business then, I mean, you just got paying leads coming in to come and actually grab your services now. I mean, it's like a lead forever.
Yeah, and like I go to bed, and when I wake up in the morning to be able to see 3 and 4, I'm like, I was sleeping and I made this. Like that's like unheard of. And the great thing was that I've been able to buy my wife and myself's first funnel hacking live tickets with this, which is like, we're coming now in January and February. We're going because of this funnel. Like so this cool. One first funnel, like gave us like, this is like insane.
Ah, man,
like it's
so
really
cool.
Cliche. That's like, oh, it can happen to you. Yeah, it can, but it's happening to me. Like,
and you're in the middle of it. Like,
yeah, I'm right smack in there.
I'm so envious of like the first time epiphanies when you go through that, like that you're oh my gosh, it's so fun. It's addicting. You wake up and it's like, I don't know. It's Monday right now, right? And I love Mondays. People, oh, it's Monday. I'm like, are you kidding? Look what we get to do. This is insane.
We get to reset all over again.
Yeah. Oh, it's so exciting. Man, hey, Tony, thanks so much for being on here, man. I really appreciate it. Any parting advice you'd give to anyone considering to go through this?
If you don't do one funnel away, man, you're missing the whole essence and core of what it is to build a funnel from scratch.
Yeah.
Get in there, do it. Don't worry about yesterday when today hasn't passed. Don't worry about tomorrow when today is still here. When tomorrow comes, worry about tomorrow stuff. Just get today done. And if you fall behind today, don't start tomorrow until you finish today. Yeah. It's real simple. Look, everybody has a life. Everybody has kids. Everybody has a business. And I have them all. Kids, business, a wife, a life, problems, bills. But if I were to let that consume me, then I'd never get the chance to do what I did with OFA and with my first funnel and the success I've had so far. To some, this may not be big success, but to me, it's all the success in the world that I needed to propel me to the next level, to get where I need to get, and to get where I know I'm going to get in this journey.
Man, Tony, I just want to hang out with you. You're so motivating. This is awesome.
My man.
Thanks for taking the time, man. I really appreciate it. And thanks for taking the One Funnel Away seriously. It's been awesome.
Thank you for having me, man. I'm blessed to have you here. I'm blessed to have you guys as my mentors. And whenever you want me on, man, it's an honor for me to be with you guys and to talk to you guys.
Oh, thanks so much. Feelings mutual, very much. Well, we'll see you later, guys. Go take the One Funnel Away challenge. And Tony, thanks again.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Hey, you too.